So let's talk about Erath Advisory. It's a firm that's really built on one single, powerful idea that in this crazy, complex world we live in, having the clearest path forward is what makes you the strongest. And that brings us to a question that, every single leader faces at some point. When everything feels uncertain, when the winds are just not in your favor, how do you actually move forward? This right here, this is the core challenge Erath Advisory was created to solve. To really get what they're about, we have to start with the founder's core truth, the why behind the entire firm. So the story really begins with founder Suresh Erath and his 25 years of leadership. And we're not talking about just any industries. We're talking about some of the world's most demanding ones: maritime, shipping, oil and gas. I mean, in these fields, complexity isn't just an occasional problem. It's the everyday reality. So after a quarter century navigating those environments, he basically distilled all of that experience down into one powerful truth. And this idea that clarity creates resilience, well, that's now the foundational belief for the entire firm. It's everything. Okay, so if that's the why, the big question is, how does it actually work in practice? And that brings us to the firm's guiding philosophy, the how. Their entire approach is built on three really distinct, really powerful concepts. Now, these aren't just buzzwords. They are the pillars that guide every single strategy and every piece of advice. So let's break them down. First up, we have kedge. Now, this is a brilliant nautical term. A kedge anchor isn't for stopping the ship. It's for literally pulling the ship forward when there's no wind. And that's exactly the role Erath Advisory plays. They act as that guiding force to chart a clear path ahead, even when you're in total ambiguity. Second, we've got kernel. At the heart of every complicated problem, there's usually a simple core truth. The work here is all about digging deep, cutting through all the noise, and finding that one fundamental insight, that central idea that's going to truly unlock growth and transformation. And third is keystone. Think about an arch in architecture, right? The keystone is that one central stone that locks everything together and gives it all its strength. This represents the balance, the solid governance, and the stability you need to make sure that any success isn't just a flash in the pan, but it's sustainable for the long haul. And what's really cool is that this philosophy isn't just in their words, it's literally built into their brand. The K shape stands for knowledge. The colors, orange for creativity, black for trust, red for passion. And those intersecting lines, they symbolize their whole mission, connecting all the complex pieces into one clear solution. It's like a visual promise of who they are. All right, so with the why and the how totally established, let's now get into the what. What are the actual services that bring this whole philosophy to life for their clients? So what they've done is structure their services into two perfectly complementary wings. On one side, you've got to focus on the big picture, the institutions, the businesses, and on the other side, an equal focus on the people who make it all happen, the individuals and their families. So for the corporations, the focus is on those really high-level critical functions. We're talking about shaping business strategy, strengthening boards, managing enterprise risk, and of course, providing that deep, niche expertise in tough sectors like maritime and shipping. And then for individuals and families, the advisory shifts to building a secure future. This means everything from disciplined mutual fund investments and retirement planning, all the way to personal coaching on things like resilience and finding a truly balanced and fulfilling life. But here's the thing. The real power, the unique value, doesn't come from keeping these two things separate. It's about how they connect, how they create something way more powerful than just the sum of its parts. And this, right here, is the crucial point. Erath Advisory operates on a really simple but profound understanding. Strong organizations are built by empowered, financially secure, and resilient people. It's that simple. And this quote just brilliantly sums it all up. It's such a powerful idea, right? Financial planning. That helps you build a life. But investing in yourself, your skills, your clarity, your resilience, that is what builds a lasting legacy. And you really, really need both for sustainable success. So, after all of that, let's bring it all home. What does this path to clarity actually mean for you? We're going to end with this provocative thought. The firm's entire mission is built around one thing: delivering clarity. So the final question, really, it isn't about them, it's about you. What could become possible for your business or for your career or your family if you had that same level of absolute clarity? So, if this whole integrated approach to navigating complexity and building a resilient future, if that resonates with you, well, here's how you can start that conversation and maybe explore taking that next step.